So Zelensky continues to beg America for money. He begs America for our artillery equipment. I feel like Zelensky is trying to bait us into World War III, and he's doing a pretty good job. Joe Biden has put his foot down and has said, listen, we're not doing the no-fly zone thing. Okay, we got to draw the line. Even though he continues to tell Zelensky, we're there for you, but we're not really going to do much other than just wave a Ukraine flag. Okay, I mean, they haven't done anything. But Zelensky won't stop. He's gained the trust of the media. He's gained the trust and the sympathy of the Western world. Today he did an interview with NBC. He did an exclusive interview, and he was asked, do you think we're going to find ourselves in World War III? And his response was, we may already be in it. Let's take a listen.
President Biden has been very clear. He's worried about provocations that could trigger World War III. Do you understand his concern there, and do you agree that it wouldn't take much to end up in World War III?
Well, nobody knows whether it may have already started, and what is the possibility of this war if Ukraine will fall, in case Ukraine will fall. It's very hard to say. And we've seen this 80 years ago when the Second World War has started. And there were similar tragedies in the history. Nobody would be able to predict when the full-scale war would start and how it will end and who will put an end to that. In this case, we have the whole civilization at stake.
So Zelensky's basically saying if Ukraine falls, we still may see World War III. I don't believe that. I don't think that we're going to see any war either way. Actually, no. I do think we're going to see a war if we get involved. Zelensky continues to push this war. He continues to want to drag the West into it. Listen, it sucks. And I'm sorry for the Ukrainian people. But I think America has been very clear right now that we're not going to get involved in this. We have our own problems. And rightly so, we should stay out of it. It is going to make Joe Biden look very weak. It's going to make Kamala Harris look weak. Why we sent Kamala Harris to Poland last week is beyond me. She can't even fix our border, let alone solve or prevent World War III from happening. I mean, that is a joke. Joe Biden's going to Brussels next Thursday. Why? Who's Joe Biden going to convince? If anything, we should bring in Donald Trump again. I mean, if we could outsource the negotiations to former President Donald Trump, he could probably have this whole thing done tomorrow. Because let's be honest, there's a reason that Putin chose now to attack Ukraine. He hit Ukraine when the world was at its most vulnerable. America's divided. The West isn't too far off. The establishment, the elitists, world governments in the Western part of the world at least, tore civilization apart. They divided us. The only thing they failed to do was conquer us. Putin sees that. Xi Jinping sees that. They see how weak and vulnerable we are, and they now decided to strike a country that they've been wanting to take back for quite some time now. And they know Biden's not going to do a damn thing. They know that Kamala Harris, border Caesar, who's failed miserably at that task, is not going to do anything. Nancy Pelosi can barely string a sentence together. I mean, we have a very weak and vulnerable government. This is the best time. If there's ever a time for China to strike Taiwan, for Ukraine or for Russia to hit Ukraine, it's now. Because we are not united as a country. We are not strong. We're not united as a Western hemisphere. COVID has ripped us all apart. Planted seeds of doubt in everybody's mind as far as how strong we are as sovereignties. And Putin knows it. This is his time to go back and form the Soviet Union. Might want to leave Germany out this time, because I don't think he'd be crazy enough to actually try to do that. It's not our war. I don't think we should be in it. Zelensky continues to war bait and instigate and try to pull us into it. The media paints Zelensky out to be a hero, which, listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. He's there. He's fighting on the ground. We know our own president. He'd be in Canada by now. Look at what Justin Trudeau did. Ran and hide like a scared little bitch the second the trucker started honking at him. So I do give Zelensky a tremendous amount of credit. But I do think he needs to stop with instigating and trying to provoke those who really shouldn't be in this war to fight alongside him. And I think if he keeps it up, he's going to find himself very disappointed.